Alright guys, my stereo is overheating. Yep, I was trying to read from the CD. But it's actually really loud. If I turn it down, then it's okay. I'm just gonna put it on auxiliary. But back here is the heatsink. And it is extremely hot. I can't even put my fingers on it for very long before it burns myself. But I mean, the tuner will work. Probably whoever knows long, but I mean, it works. Just gonna unplug it from my power cord here. It's a 2-amp charger. That's more than enough to power it. But back here, like I said, is the heat sink, and it is like just extremely hot. So this whole thing, this whole aluminum bar right here is the heat sink. This is for the subwoofer. That is actually not connected to the subwoofer. It's actually down here. That's the subwoofer I'm using for the output, because that subwoofer down there is actually self-powered. So anyway, I think it's overpowering the stereo when I'm having it up that loud, because its max is 34 and I'm having it up to like 29 or something like that. And I'm running it for hours at a time, and then all of a sudden it wants to kick off all the time. So I got these speakers here, which is it's only like 15 watts, I think, for these speakers. But then again, that tweeter up at the top left is also being powered by the same thing. So I'm thinking maybe like 30 watts per speaker up here. And then this one, the whole assembly is only being powered by one output. I think is the left front side output on the stereo. And then that's the front right, which is the subwoofer. The front, or the back right, is actually being powered by that thing. Or, wait a minute. What is actually being powered by that? No. That's a subwoofer port on the back of the stereo is actually being powered by that thing because it's self-powered. I have to plug it into the outlet in the wall. And that's the back right, back left. Theoretically, it should have enough power. I don't know, but that is extremely hot. So what I'm gonna do is since these fins are right here, I'm gonna try to find some screws, or maybe even some super glue, or I don't want to use epoxy. That's for a different project. But I want to put one of these small little fans on here. These little 12-volt fans for a computer, or maybe even this one, or maybe even this bigger one. I don't know which one I want to put, or these Xbox 360 fans. That's too much. But I'm thinking maybe something this big. Actually, I think, to tell you the truth, I think this little itty bitty one I got will do the trick. Just to mount right in between these fins or something. This stereo isn't going to be in here for very long. I got another stereo just like this. It's a Sony out in my truck that I want to swap, because this one plays MP3s and I want my truck to play MP3s, and the current one in my truck doesn't do that. So I'm going to put that in my bedroom here. And since it's the same style connector, I can just easily unplug it and plug it back into my truck. But man, that is just... I wish I had a volt, like one of them thermometer laser jobbies, but I don't have it, or else I'd show you what the temperature is. I would like to know the temperature myself, but that's just, it's too hot to touch for very long. The outside is that's actually getting really hot. It's hurting my finger. But in the middle, oof, that's a little hot. But this little piece here, that actually goes for a different stereo. I just had it holding up that thing. But we'll get to taking these connections apart back here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Alright, found out a solution. I took this really small fan, and there's a center hole right here that I'm going to screw it down onto. It's going to be directly centered, but at least it'll be on there. You can probably take this whole aluminum piece off in here and drill you some holes, 4 holes right here to accommodate this fan. Either that or you can epoxy it to it, or possibly super glue it, or hot glue it. Would be simpler. Because after you get this fan on here, this thing shouldn't get as hot as what hot glue does. So that's what I'm going to do anyway. I'm just going to put this screw on here, which is pretty tight. I'm just going to fill it with hot glue on this side. That's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to do with the hot glue. Just this side and that side. Just to be able to hold it in place. And that's it. Just make sure your fan still spins freely. And this will actually direct heat away from this. So it'll be good enough. And on your power supply, you'll need to find, let me disconnect mine, find the power connections, which the white one here is positive and the yellow one is negative, coming off this power supply here. It's a hard drive, external hard drive power supply. So I don't got any wire right here handy, so let me get some wire and I'll hook it up and show you what happens. So there you have it. I've had that thing going for about a half an hour with absolutely no problems at all at full blast. And back here is cool to the touch. Just put a little fan here. You can mount it better than that, you know. If you can mount it better, go ahead for it. But I didn't want to drill through the aluminum because this is going in my other truck anyway. But I just kind of glued it with some hot glue. And that bolt in the back, that's pretty much how I attached that little fan back there. But heck, it's been going on for half an hour with absolutely no problems at all. So if you got an aftermarket car stereo in your room, most of you don't, but if you have overheating problems, put a fan back there and cool off the fins there, and you'll be good to go.